What's up, y'all? We are at River Park, Etowah River, on Highway 9 on the Etowah River Trail, and we are about to launch for the Georgia Kayak Fishing Camp and Paddle Dawson Forest event. And basically we are launching here at River Park, drift down to the campsite, spend the night at the campsite, and then pack up in the morning, get out at Kelly Bridge and take off. So it's just an overnight trip. Yeah, y'all stay tuned. Join us for a kayaking, fishing, and camping outdoor adventure. All right, so I know I said fishing, but I'm going to go ahead and warn you early in the video that no fish were caught on this trip. It actually rained on us for most of the afternoon here on Saturday. Rain showers were kind of popping up in and out, and as you can see, the water is super muddy and much higher than it typically is. Yeah, a lot of times I'll try to work a clear side of the bank, you know. I mean, in many cases the fish are directly underneath you, so you don't need to cast a long way. Just keep that, you know, the bait out 15-12 feet or so and just drift it along. That's typically how I catch them. Even though nobody caught any fish because of the water conditions, it was still a great adventure trip, and I want to talk a little bit about what to expect on this particular trip. First thing I want to point out is this is the Etowah River inside the Dawsonville Forest. It is a very remote area. There are some old roads back in the forest, but a lot of them are gated off. Cell service is spotty and help is a long way away. So wear your life jackets, take a first aid kit, and don't take any unnecessary risks when you're in the Dawson Forest backcountry. This section of the Etowah River is fairly well maintained, as you'll see a lot of down timber that's been cut by chainsaw to clear the river for paddlers. Trees fall pretty regularly out here, so be sure to check the current river conditions before going. Soaking wet on the Etowah River. Camping tonight. I don't know who thought this was a great idea, but no, I'm just kidding, it was me. So after no fish being caught and getting rained on several times working our way to the campsite, we finally get to the campsite at Barefoot Falls. The walls of the river are pretty steep, so a couple yak lead kayak leashes lashed together into a root makes it much easier for us to get up and down the bank. As you can see, the water conditions are very high and muddy. This is the river view from the campsite, and right next to the creek that comes out of Barefoot Falls is a rope swing, which acts as a great marker for when you're paddling down the river looking for camp. In this clip, we're walking on the trail from camp to Barefoot Falls, which is about 40 yards away from the campsite. This is Barefoot Falls. The water's clear and cold, feels good on your feet. It's a shaded area, and they cascade all the way down out of the mountain, out of sight from the video where I'm at, but they are quite a large set of waterfalls. In this clip, it's actively raining. I'm trying to set up my Eagle's Nest Pro Fly and my Eagle's Nest double nest hammock as fast as I can to create a dry space to hang out and shelter from the rain. As you can see, I'm working with a mini pair of Kubota bolt cutters to cut the 550 paracord I'm going to use to secure the rain fly. And this is a very important piece of gear for this type of trip. This is a remote wilderness trip where we don't have access to quick health care or help. And one of the risks that us anglers take by getting out here is getting a hook in our hand or arm or leg, that sort of thing. The Kubota mini bolt cutters allow me to cut just about anything I'm going to need to cut out here, from hooks to 550 paracord or anything in between. And this is a quick glance through of my overnight setup: hammock, dry fly, day pack, dry bag, polar bear backpack cooler, and a few other odds and ends, but I like to pack as light as possible on trips like this because I don't want to carry the weight and have it affect the performance of my kayak going down the river. Thermocell is a great secondary option for defense against mosquitoes. I like to have it ready for when I bed down, get it started, and simply place it underneath my hammock. It rained most of the afternoon on Saturday and finding dry wood was difficult. We did bring some kindling and some small fire logs that we were able to dry off some wood and get a fire going. The next morning we packed up camp, loaded up the kayaks, and hit the river for the second leg of our journey. Again, 2 kayak leashes lashed together and then to a root at the top of the bank made it much easier for us to get up and down this slippery embankment, loading gear on the kayaks. All right, leaving camp, Dawson Forest. Last night's camp was good. It was just us here at the campsite. Nobody else was with us. And rained a little bit, but we got a fire going. Had a good time. This area is known as radioactive rapids. It's really the only rapid you're going to see when paddling this stretch of river. And it consists of 2 ledges with an eddy and a few obstacles in the middle. All right. Yeah, you almost need the speed enough to like get over that rock. Yeah.
It looks like all the way to the left.
All right. Good job, team. In this whirlpool. It's mile 25. I think when we started the first sign was mile 13. So we've gone about 12 miles. All right, we are at the end of this trip. This here is Kelly Bridge, and the takeout is going to be up here on the right. Thanks for checking out the video. Sorry the fishing and the weather didn't quite work out for this one, but that's okay. We still had a good time and we made the best of the situation.